Hi, this is Tom Hignite. I'm going to use my hand as a windshield for my little speaker here. This is guerrilla shooting if you haven't guessed yet. Guerrilla shooting, no special lights, no retakes. We are going to turn off the camera in a moment because I wanted to do this very different. We have a car going by, we don't stop for that. We're standing on a road out here. This is a My Pad in the background. And for those of you who may have seen us before, we've gotten some national attention on this. My Pads, here's our sign. This is our My Pad 2s. The My Pad 2, as the name implies, freshly contemporary, innovative living. It takes a while to think up those things, doesn't it? Come on down. I want you to get a good angle of this one. We'll talk more about it when I can get inside the house. But the My Pad 2s are a little bit different take on our first My Pad 1 series. I'm walking this way away from the house because I want you to see the setting we've put this house on with the water, and that'll come into play in a moment. Come on over just a little more. You can see the water on this pond over here, this pond over here. House placement is very important, I think. This is east and west, so west is this direction where the road is. Across from the road there's cows, not today, but there's a cow field, and cows usually are out there. And it's a nice sunny day. We're in December. It's 26 degrees. We're going to turn off the camera. We're going to go inside the house. Remember that series of windows there looking out over the pond, and let's see how that looks once we get inside the house. So off we go. All right, it's now about 2 minutes later since we're coming back to our guerrilla shoot. See the water behind me? Take a look at the windows over here. Come on, step a little closer. Remarkable thing about this December, this has really been the first cold day, maybe the second cold day. Yesterday was a little cold. Look at the grass, how green it is in December. And we are December 18th, 2015. Grass still green, actually was planted fairly recently and needs some mowing. Look at the house, what we've done with this. This house is a monochromatic house, meaning that it's using one color, gray roof, gray siding, and that's supposed to kind of blend together. Gray corner boards, we painted the corner boards gray. You can stay there. I thought it would go well with our gray concrete. Gray gutters, and then maybe this isn't your cup of tea with this kind of a bright yellowish gold. It's okay. I understand it's very contemporary, but this is a color swatch that can be changed out without changing the monochromatic area. So if you look here, this is really a fairly small amount of that color. If you did a whole house and it would be way too over the top. Not that this isn't a little over the top. Step a little closer on this side over here. I want to show you the windows. You've all seen stained glass before, where there's, you know, dividers, a lot of dividers. This is like trying to do a big wall of a stained glass effect, where we're using the dividers, the piece in the middle, the little color at the bottom. The way we've done this, I think it's very nice. At night we put a light here to kind of give you some nice shot of light coming down. Same, it's a really nice contemporary fixture there made out of a brushed aluminum on over the garage doors as well. You can see we're doing our porch treatment a little bit differently. Instead of using a post or pillars made out of brick or something, this is a little different idea. So let's make our way around this way. Court entry garage, very windy. I'm going to get the key out over here. Very much guerrilla shooting. We don't have any lights turned on inside, but this is an obscured glass door done with what we call rain glass. It's kind of a contemporary look. We're using chrome in the house. You can see that here. Turn on a couple of lights here. Oh boy, that feels good. You have no idea. From 26 degrees into 70 degrees. We've got our TV area here. So let's start by giving you just an impression when you walk in. I'm going to take off my coat and I'm going to put it down right by you. There's a chair. You don't have to watch this. Trust me, it's there. And let me turn my back to you and walk away a bit and show you what we've got for space. All right, I said I was going to talk a little bit more about the My Pads when we got inside, and that's what I'm going to do. The My Pads are a house that is supposed to be very small square footage. We got some national attention on Good Morning America. We got national attention from Clark Howard show. We were in newspapers across the all around the world, really. Quite a bit of press locally that caught on and carried, because we're trying to do very remarkable things with small homes here. If you were to look up my name, Tom Hignite, and put the Google cruise ship with that, you'll see a lot of articles done about the MyPads, cruise ships, because we're using cruise ship concepts to try to make these homes feel bigger than what they are. And we've got some new concepts in this home. If you've watched our other videos, this MyPad 2s that we have that are not in our other homes. I'm going to turn down this radio just a click, in case you can't hear me as well. 2 clicks. So let's start right by getting 4 corners of this room. You're standing in the foyer. I'm standing in the far area of the kitchen. If you'd pan over this way, shift the camera over in this direction, all the way over to our wall of windows, which we'll go into in a moment. I just want to get the 4 corners, okay? Now I'm in the living room. It's about 26, 27 feet long in this direction. Okay, let's trade places. You come right where I am, and we'll do a little ring around the rosy. One thing I try to tell my sales staff is let people come in and see the house before you talk too much about the house, because so much of it is feeling. So if you're way back there and I'm way back here, try to get a look from 4 corners on these videos, because you really get a good idea of space. You're basically standing right where that Christmas tree was. That's where you are. So let's just move you over to that corner over there. Excuse me. So now you're in the corner by the glass windows, kind of by the foyer door, not quite there. And then the last position I'll put you in is way over in this corner. Did we do that before? No, or were you? No, from this corner. I'm sorry, we did that. So let's go way over in that corner, and I'll go over in the opposite direction over here, over by the foyer. Okay, I think the foyer area is a good spot to start. So now that you've kind of seen the room, let's go through the house, in this room in particular, piece by piece. Okay, so step a little closer. Step into my, well, not into my parlor, but step into my foyer. The foyer in this house is 881 square feet on the first floor. That's a very small home, considering what we have on this first floor is a first floor master bedroom. Okay, but let's talk foyer. The foyer here is large for a house of this size. Here's that rain glass I was talking about. If you get a little closer, you can see why they call it rain glass, because it looks like it's being hit by the rain. And this is a texture. It's actually textured in between 2 smooth pieces of glass, so it's easy to clean. It's smooth here. This is a 3-foot wide door. We have the foyer area is quite large. We have a 2-seat area here. A little dark here maybe, so you can see here 1 seat and a 2nd seat next to it. So a 2-chair area, which is, I think, really neat for a small house. It right away makes you step inside and say, hey, this isn't so small. The floor here, we're using in some of our higher end homes as well. I'm going to take off my shoes, because this flooring looks and feels like bamboo. It really has that feel, and people ask us that. But it is not bamboo. This flooring is a traditional vinyl product. Isn't that cool? It's always neat to find an inexpensive product that really looks good. You couldn't do that in tile. You couldn't do that in wood. You could do it in bamboo, but that wouldn't be very good for getting a lot of water on in this area. Double closet. Big closet. Again, big foyer, big closet. For a small house. We're doing some fun things with our colors, with our cornering as well. You can see how we've got an open top here. I don't know if that reads through to you, but here's my hand, okay? So that lets the circulation in the closet work real well. Also gives a little bit more natural light into the closet. 3-panel, solid wood door. So we're using some very good, this is poplar wood if you're interested in the color or the type of wood it is. The double, nicer piece of hardware here. The $4.50 piece instead of the $1 piece. So we're using some nice product in the house where I think it counts. Let's go into the great room itself. Now we'll put you over by the front door and looking in here. Little sun situation coming on here. As we talked about guerrilla shooting, we don't worry about the sun. We're getting a little late in the day, so sun's going to set on this side of the house. That's a something you have to contend with when you have a house that faces west. We wanted this bank of windows to face westerly so that we could get a sunset and can also look over the pond. You want to take the natural attributes of the land and use it. So over there you have a green hill, which really does have cows on it. Probably at least 50% of the time I've been out here, there are 100 cows out there. So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous setting, really. In back here, excuse me, if you look beyond the pond makes a little bit of an L shape. And the L shape comes around this side of the house, so it almost makes you feel like you're on an island in this area. But as for the house itself, if you're looking for a home of this type, this house, you may say, well, I'll be looking at my neighbors this way. That's true. So we wouldn't want to put the windows there. This house was designed to put the windows similar fashion, but on two different sides of the home. So this wall here, which has a fair amount of windows, which faces south, excuse me, has windows here looking up, beautiful tall ceiling, gives you great impression of height. You're right where you would be if you came in the front door. So really quite a dramatic picture here, a painting. We've chosen the yellows, but we've done so judiciously because this is a yellow stripe on this wall, and you have a little bit of yellow up there on our architectural excitement piece, and another one in the opposite corner. You don't have to look at that now, but there's one right here. So the architectural piece mirror bookends on both sides of the room. But these can be changed because everything else in the room is neutral. So we've picked just a couple of pieces that we can color. So if you decide teal is your color next year, or tan, or whatever you pick, you can change it real easy. Look at the furnishing grouping in here. This can be set up a little differently. Your fireplace could be here. You could do a high fireplace here over the heads and keep your TV there. You could put your TV, if you put your TV on this wall, it's not as strong architecturally or inviting. You come in the room, the thing you see right in front of you seems like it's your most important thing. So I like the TV there. Whether the windows are there or not, I like the TV there so that you're not looking at a TV as soon as you come in. But imagine more windows here. If your view is not off the side, but it's off the back of the house, this is the back. We move this window down just a little bit over to here. So it almost is touching here, and we just start adding in all these exciting type windows that you see here. The size of these windows, you see how this size matches this size, but it's cut off, it's half the height, so it meets the same height as this. You see this is a 3-foot pane, this is 19 inches. They don't make an 18-inch wide one, I don't know why in this brand, but this window goes all the way up, kind of intersects through, and carry it up there. That carries the same width as this. Here we have a little one, kind of imitating what's happening here. Those 19 inches here. Right in the corner, if I move my elephant, or excuse me, my giraffe here, you can see that we brought our windows nearly to the corner. And a lot of floor space left open in here. So put our windows on this wall. Keep our TV there if you have a rear view, which a lot of people do, let's say a lake lot. Because you don't want your neighbors seeing you, get rid of these windows. Get rid of those windows. No, don't get rid of those windows. Excuse me. Get rid of these windows. Get rid of these windows. All right? Keep those windows up there because it gives you this really high view of light coming in, but it gives you great privacy. You could cut it off here and take these windows away. This corner, I think, is a wonderful thing. If you step just a little bit over that way, just appreciate that corner, how that works together. You're mirror imaging that window pattern, that, and that to this side. You're not doing it up above, but you're doing it here. So I think this is a really nice statement house. One thing I'll mention to you right now, if you haven't noticed already, there's no fireplace in this house. It's a my pad with no fireplace. Very few people will notice that when they actually come to the home. Let's get you to step around to that direction over there in back of the built-in dinette. Sorry folks, there's a lot to talk about in this house and I just seem to keep going on. Let's get you center of this wall so you're center with the television. If that's not going to blind your camera, you might have to go up or down to get out of that sun. You're still in the sun, I think, aren't you? Okay, you're not. All right, well, take a look. Now, you are sitting, or you're standing in this case, but you are at the spot where you can see this room, I think, the best. You can see how we have space here to put a chair, but it could be a full couch if we blocked out windows. We don't want to block out windows. Let's say we have 2 full couches. We have a full couch here, and this is a love seat, but it could be a full couch. This table with the love seat equals a full couch. So we have 2 full couch areas, and depending what you put there, it could be a bench, you know, it could be a chaise where it has a really fun back to it, so you're not blocking out all the windows. A little bit of tall, skinny legs on it. That always helps. We use the glass table here and a rug. This flooring is gorgeous, but it looks like a barnwood, but it's actually a laminate. But the glass table opens up this area a little bit. We've carried a lot of our yellow colors by using, and a lot of our stripes. You see how the wood from the floor is imitated down in the pillows. A lot of these things are happy accidents, right? That to me is a very happy accident. I'd like you to step around over here again, if you would. Let me show you some other things in here. When you're coming in the front door, especially if it's at night, people are attracted to lights. When I try to attract you into a room, I'll try to put my lights in the corners to attract you in. It pulls you in when you light up this wall. So I wanted to light up this wall heavy. So at night, but you don't see any lights up there from your angle, I trust. I hope you don't, because you shouldn't. But if you were Superman and had X-ray vision, you could see that what I've done here, let's step you around over by the windows here and get you a little bit different perspective on this. I'm figured out an architectural way to blast this back wall with lights. And look at what we've done. We've taken these angled ceiling in this case, but ceiling paneling, drywall, and built this in such a way that I have lights, 1, 2, 3, I've got about 10 lights here and another 10 of them over here, and this goes all the way through. So let me step you back over here. Great English I'm using here. Step you back over there and look up and see what we've got with that. Now you're not seeing that from the other side, from the bulk of the room, you don't see that. But it really fills the room with light. And I think it's really very architecturally interesting. So we'll get you real dizzy, go back to where you were before. I want to show you this decorating shelf, or as many people call it, a plant shelf. Very rarely put plants on these things unless they're fake. This angle here is imitating the angle of those 2 items. It looks like there's more of an angle there, but that's actually just light shedding with light and shadow. It's really neat, kind of picks that up, and I want it to carry that. So this is a second layer of drywall. This isn't us just painting a dark color next to a light color. This is actually another layer of drywall. So there's a 1/2 inch difference of depth between the 2 of those. The My Pad is up there with our new metallic, very Vogue type lettering. If you look over here a little bit, you'll see there is an outlet behind there, by the way. So we could put some lights up there. We have not chosen to do so just yet. But look at what we've done architecturally here with this little beam piece coming through. If you step over here, let's show you what that effect is. And there you see how we've kind of sculpted that. We put this beam, instead of just stopping it there, we've brought it all the way through. And this gives you a good idea. Now let's keep looking at that ceiling, but step over here. Boy, oh boy, you're going to get quite dizzy ride here today. Look at this area up here. This is what I was pointing to before, where I said we're bookending both sides of the room. This little build out, how we've done just a second layer there, how we've done this nice little color block here. We've brought this out a little further than the wall. The yellow comes out a little further, and we've kind of imitated it all the way over on the other side of the room here. This Christmas tree is lit up because our electrician friends have put an outlet in the floor here. It's kind of a nice thing to do. You really can't put outlets very nicely on these walls because the glass goes all the way to the floor. How do we get electric to this? Well, you might guess we've run conduit and wiring through these separation wall small areas. And I think the biggest item yet to be discussed in this room is kind of the 800-pound gorilla in the room, is this table. Okay, so step back just a couple. I want to show you something. I'm going to take this couch and slide it away for the moment. We've got it on a little felt pad, so it slides pretty easy. Okay, and look underneath this. This goes underneath. So if I may, I'm going to scoot by you, and I'm going to grab one of these chairs and go back to where you are. These two chairs that are in the foyer are not just two chairs that will only be used in the foyer, because you can seat these chairs 1, 2, 3. Now there's only 2 in the foyer, so you're going to have to get a folding chair for the last one. Or you could turn the couch around and use it like a restaurant booth. So, but that couch is meant in a party situation to be placed over against that wall. This chair in a party situation would go over here, or it would displace into the foyer where these chairs are going. So you now have, let's count them out now. 1, 2, 3, that's 3 chairs on this side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm missing a chair, but it's more comfortable this way. But 10 seats here with a possible, really possible 11 sitting in here. This is a permanently attached, permanently mounted piece. You could not buy a piece of furniture like this. This is meant to be custom fit just to this couch and to this idea of this room. It really makes this whole room work, because if I decided, I had not yet thought about this when we did our MyPad 1s, and this to me is a huge item. I'll put this chair back, excuse me, in our MyPad 2s. We've done this in both of our MyPad 2s, where we're now able to take and put the whole seating area around a couch and call this legitimately a table. We're 36 inches wide here. We're almost 9 feet long there, and it just works so wonderfully. If this was going to be a regular table, I would have to have clearance on this side to walk through. That would add another 3 feet, really 3.5 feet to be more adequate, going all the way down this way. And you can't buy a 9-foot long table without buying a huge dining room table. So we're using a dinette proportion this way to give you this L-shaped 9-foot long table. Wonderful, wonderful new idea to make our homes so much bigger. Beautiful lights. Look at what we did to our ceiling. This is just painted. Some of this stuff is a little tricky. We've just painted a line here, but some of it is actual build downs. Did you see how we are keeping this white theme? Well, it's not off-white, but you know what I mean. This white theme here, 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 over here, coming up here. We're really using a lot of multicolors in our decorating in this house. When I do one thing, I ache to do something different. You can only do one thing at a time. Now that I've done this, I'd love to do this house in all whites, because the architecture carries itself so well. I do it in different palettes of white, but just whites. I think that would be really neat to do. Do it in a lot of different ways, but here I've mixed my colors. So if you step around this way, and I want to get you to sit at one of these chairs, okay? So I'm going to pull this chair out for the cameraman, and we'll push it in a little bit. Okay, there we are. And to give again perspective of scale, so everybody in the room, and by the way, if you're counting and you count a stool that's missing, we have 16 seats in this room, and this room is approximately 16 feet this way by approximately 17 feet up to the island counter, not the counter you're at. This kitchen actually has an island as well. So look at that. Everybody could have a conversation. Maybe put the birthday boy over here so you can open up, or girl, or you can open up gifts, or sitting right here on a special occasion or in that corner. Just a lot of possibilities. The person who bought this house, their family came over and said, you know what, we just have to see how many people it will fit. So they brought a fair amount of people, and we had a fair amount of people here, and this house really works very well with a lot of people. We have big crowds on the weekends sometimes, and this room works great with big crowds. So, and that table is a highlight, a real big point. Okay, enough about the table. Let's look over here. This is a furniture area. You can see what we got was this wonderful kind of a contemporary, nice storage bins all the way throughout. You put some knickknacks here and there, but this could just as easily have been, if I would have wanted to spend $500, they had a really neat deacon's bench where the top folded down, and I could then take this, put it over this way, and be working, fold up the top, and everything kind of folds together and hides away. Just a nice area for that, I thought that was, but kind of in a main traffic area, so I think the bookcase works better. We have 48 inches here or so, 49 inches, so a lot of space to work with there. And this is on a nice roomy traffic path going toward the front door. I'm going to trade places with you if I can, so that you can see how that feels if you were going on a nice roomy path. All right, here's the kitchen. My invisible stool could sit right here if I had a stool here. That's my 16th seat, by the way. This is a quarry on top. You notice how we've done sort of a sharp corner edge to it? Not real sharp, it's got a little bit of a bluntness to it. But we did that to follow the same as this. This is a Formica top that's made out of what's called their effects. It's an F and an X series Formica, their highest end Formica. Its pattern in Formica generally repeats in every foot or two. This has a 5.5 foot long repeat pattern, so it doesn't show a lot of being manufactured. It really looks much more natural. And the coloring, I mean, there's no repeat at all going this way for 5 feet or so. So you're not seeing any repeat pattern. It has a little bit of an embossed texture in it, which carries the embossment as if you were not just sitting at a smooth piece of Formica. It's ever so slight. We've used that around here. And I was talking a moment or two ago when we were first coming in about, it's been quite a few moments now, but about how we do unusual things with inexpensive items to sometimes make them appear more upscale. And this is one of those items. On a backsplash to a counter, here, step a little closer. Come closer. On a backsplash to a counter, this has a cove in it, so you can wash this real easy, a slight rounded area. But instead of bringing it up 6 inches, as most backsplashes are, 5 to 6 inches, we just brought it up 1 inch. It costs a little more to make it this way because it's not standardized. But I think this works so well. It looks contemporary. It looks different. We're trying for different in a good way. Take a look at what we did here. We've used our sill with the angle here, kind of matching. We've done that in other homes. Nice Kohler faucet here. This is something you can, this is not the most expensive countertop as we were talking about, but this is a very expensive sink. You can buy a sink for $125 that looks like a stainless steel sink and it drops right down. It's a cutout and you drop it in. And this is a $475 sink because instead of being punched out of stainless steel, this is welded and then ground and burnished out, and it really looks like a piece of art, and people are attracted to something like this where it has this nice look. It just feels like good quality. Same thing with cabinets. These are not the most expensive cabinets in the world. They're not bad. They're good quality cabinet, but I put a very expensive handle on them in comparison to the $1.99 handles. These are, you know, again, about a $4.50 handle, and they are a good look of the simplicity of the square here. Simplicity of the square is nice. We put some under cabinet lights, not everywhere, but I mean, this again is a higher end feature, but you look at how that looks so much nicer with a little light on the subject. We've got some light over here. Okay, we don't have it over there, but we have it in other areas. We have a bright LED light over here. This is a big feature. I could have put cabinets here, but we have enough cabinets. We don't need to overwhelm the every single wall in a kitchen does not have to be a cabinet. I see people now that, you know, will do other things with these. And again, we are a lesser expensed home here. So we're not going to go putting stained glass doors or something everywhere, but this is a nice feature. These open shelves, I actually imagine them to be cookbooks, at least on this shelf here. So you have all your cookbooks right in the room. It's deep enough for that. And I like that better than if it was a cabinet. Look at how we've mixed our colors. We've taken this, we call this clove color, and we have clove there, and we have the darker brown here, burnt chocolate or Kona or midnight or whatever color you want to call it. But this is a tall 42-inch cabinet, and this right next to it is a 30-inch cabinet. We've lowered all these cabinets by about 2.5, 3 inches here. So it's a little bit shorter so that you can reach, there's a lot of cooks I've met are sometimes a little bit shorter. You can reach very easily. You still aren't going to reach the top shelf, but you can reach the first two easier than you could have before. When we go right around the room, you'll notice we didn't put all of our handles in uprights. We put them horizontal. Every handle in this kitchen is horizontal. Horizontal's over here. There you go. By the way, this does duct outside. You're not going to see a big duct coming up here. We duct right into the wall. Microwave range hood with a fan on it, of course. This could be a gas, it could be electric. We kind of plumb it for both ways on a spec home, not necessarily on a client home without paying an extra. But if you look at the island over here, if you swing around this way, you'll see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 handles. Again, all mounted horizontal. Just a nice touch. I like that. We've got a lot of drawers, cabinet doors. It's just a pleasing look to it. Look at what we've done over here now. From that angle, you can see how we've taken and extended this countertop over the cabinet. The cabinet ends here because I wanted a spot I could put a stool. So if the cook got a little tired, maybe sit down here, rolling out cookie dough, whatever. Not a bad idea to have a spot to sit. This is a pantry, walk-in pantry. Not a big home, but again, if you want to make a home look bigger, give it big home features. Yeah, you can fit them in if you really, really try. And this took a while to really try it. I also like to live with my doors open. So see how I can keep my door open here? And I can still have my walk path through here. I'm not going to clog this up. So if you're living in the home and you're cooking, you know, there's a lot of homes, I got to keep opening and closing that pantry door because I can't get in and out, can't move around the kitchen. Can stay open. That's a big feature, I think, and a lot of people miss those kind of things. This is a huge feature. The adjustable wood shelves on here, they look very luxurious, and they are. This costs a lot more than just putting in a wire shelf. In this house, it's not done just because it looks nice, although that's a big benefit. Behind this 12-inch deep wall is a piece of drywall, and then comes my stairwell. I did not use that much more space to put in a conventional wall behind that. So by me using a cabinet there, I'm able to support my drywall without needing a conventional wall there. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I do have some wire shelves over on this side. And you can see that these are only 9-inch deep, which is great for cans. You can put them around the corner. You've got a lot of space here to put things like that. And nice bright LED light here. We're using chrome in this house. I think chrome has such a great new look to it. I know that was something considered cheap a few years back. It's kind of gone out of favor, but I just think it has a great look to it. And again, the detail where we painted this color to you're visually going through here. We've clipped the corner off, so when you're passing through, you get a little bit more space. Inside, we're not clipping the corner at all. It's only outside we are. And we can just kind of swing around, look at the refrigerator here. This is not right up to the front of the refrigerator, but it's certainly not way back either. You'll see that we have an alcove that's about that deep that this refrigerator has pushed into. So if you buy a counter depth refrigerator, they don't have much room in them because the inside is only counter depth too. So in this case, we've got a full depth refrigerator. If we bought a counter depth, this refrigerator could go all the way back to here, and you'd get just a little more space, although I have 3 feet of walk-through space here. And that's what you want to aim for, is 3 foot of walk-through space. But if I went to But look at what else I've designed to work with this. We've designed a door that goes into, in this case, the master bedroom. And this door is going to go out just about to the end of where this refrigerator is. I can open up these doors, nice and comfortable. It's a 26.5 cubic square foot refrigerator. You can see how I've rounded my corner here on a detail item so that you can open up this door without banging it or denting it in that position. I've done a round corner here. I've done a square corner here. We're very judicious as to how we do that. If I did a round corner here, this would not look as sharp. It would not look as good in my opinion. And in this case, here, I'm going to turn on some lights here if I might. We've done this little 3/4 inch half-inch radius. A lot of builders use 3/4 inch. It's kind of big for, I just like this little subtle roundness on it. Works real nice. All right, let's continue through. We're going to go, I'll close this door, which you already know goes to the master bedroom. And I want to just show you what we have here in regards to a back hall. This is our entryway in. You are standing right by the refrigerator. This is a very quick traffic path, as I do in a lot of my homes, for your groceries. So you're able to come straight in, groceries on the counter, pantry, refrigerator right next to each other, island right in the middle. So you put all your stuff out on the island, unload pantry, unload refrigerator, hot, cold storage. This is the garage. But before we get to the garage, I'll just show you a couple of other items in the back hall here. This can be done differently, but this, again, we're trying to keep our square footage footprint down. And the bigger stack washer and dryers are now the same capacity as the ones that are side by side. They've gotten so big and made such great strides. So come on back here and take a look at what we have here. This little overhang area, I could have done a cabinet here, but I really like having some space to put hampers. And that's a great clothes hamper area. A picture wouldn't be there. We just have some spare pictures. Dryer, washer. Look at the extra cabinets. I mean, we wouldn't have to do this. Look at the little nook and cranny here. I could have taken that cabinet all the way up, but I thought nook and cranny is kind of cute. Now let me trade places. You go back into the where the refrigerator, excuse me, the washer and dryer would be. This doesn't belong here either, okay? But you get an idea. This would be another spot for your hampers underneath, or for boots if you want to take and put some racking here. If you wanted to take out this counter, which I like a counter by my washer and dryer if I can get it, okay? Since we don't have the flat washer and dryer where we can use the top of the counter, this is a good spot. This is not finished yet. Some things don't get finished until the people move in the home sometime, but the shelves are not installed in here on purpose because I intend to use this as my hanging closet. We have that big double closet in the foyer. But if I want to put a couple pieces of clothes here, I'm going to have a rod here, a hanging rod, and I've got 2 foot of hanging here this way. Plenty adequate for your everyday stuff. Put your other stuff in the closet in the foyer. This shelf here, one of these shelves, could go at the bottom or could go at the top and then put my, so I can put a couple of hats and coats. Here we go. One whole cabinet just for my hammer storage. Now it's just somebody left their hammer. I thought it was a good spot. Spot here to put some gloves, coats, hats, that kind of thing. Not coats, coats in the bottom. So, okay, now let's go. You've seen the back here. You've got some little bit of cabinetry on that side. You've got cabinetry on this side. This is the garage, and it's 26 degrees out here. Fortunate enough for you, it doesn't matter. You can't feel it. So the garage itself, step on over into that corner if you would. I'm going to give you a long distance again. I'm glad I took my shoes off, huh? We have about a 22 by 22 garage. That is a roomy 2-car, but that's all it is. It's not a 2.5, it's not a 3. We could push more space this way, but I think that this is one of the big differences between our MyPad 1s and our MyPad 2s. Go in that corner if you can. Is that the MyPad 1s were what I call an urban house. Urban houses did not have attached garages. So this gives us an attached garage, and this is a suburban house. So a lot more space in this is on these lots. They're not tight lots. A city lot, let's go over to that corner if you can. A city lot has a lot less space in it. Let me just peek out the window here. I thought I heard a doorbell, but just my imagination. So a city lot has a lot less space. Those homes were designed 27 feet wide. And let's go in the last corner over there. But 27-foot wide homes are not in great call on a country lot because it just doesn't feel right. A one-car garage, I was very happy that we were able to get a one-car garage because most of those urban lots were usually alley-type situations. Great, we saw the garage. One thing to point out in here is we have obscured glass windows. They're tall windows that are not obscured here, and on that last window, you might have seen it before, we have obscured glass on that one as well. Oh, somebody's got my rug folded in two, and being that it's so cold out, I'll put it down this way. So it's going to be 40 degrees on Monday, they say, so back we go. Come on in. Don't take that bag with you. And close the door behind you, excuse me. All right, you just came in and you're going to bring your groceries in, but look what else you can do when you come in. You can go right down the stairs. We kind of missed that big feature, didn't we? So you can come in the back door. Now, if we wanted to make this a side-by-side washer and dryer, no problem. If we wanted to make this have a separate door here, no problem, because we just push another 1.25 feet that way. So that whole garage and that wall goes 1.25 feet. We can do the side-by-side washer and dryer. We can do the countertop over the top. We can put a double closet on this side. We can put a door here, a pocket door maybe. So you can do a lot of things with it. One of our designs actually has this set up as a duplex where you would come in from your back door, use the basement as a living area. Okay, if you're going to come in, another nice thing to do is to use the master bedroom. By the way, did you see that? White on this side of the door, brown on this side of the door. Extra feature costs more money, okay? So, but you can put all of our magnets and notices here and cover it up with the door. All right, come on in. Whoops, I'll turn on a few lights here. Turn on some lights in here as well. There we go. One of the hardest things to do in a house that has a master bedroom first floor is it almost forces your house to have 4 bathrooms. Well, in a small house, 4 bathrooms is ridiculous. You have to clean 4 bathrooms. 4 bathrooms just sounds like a huge amount of work to do. So, not that it is, I have more than that, but for a small house you're trying to downsize in, that seems like a lot. So it forces you to have it because you're having to have a powder room on the first floor for the public to use, and you're going to have something for the master bedroom to use. So that's 2 bathrooms. You also have a bedroom upstairs where your other bedrooms are, and usually if you're finishing off your bathroom, if you're finishing off your basement, and that's the big if, then that would be your 4th bathroom. Okay, they don't all have to be full baths, but still, it's 4 bathrooms. So bathrooms cost a lot of money. We're trying to hold the cost down on these. These homes are not inexpensive to build, but they're not ultra expensive either because they are small homes. But sometimes small is harder to build than large because we're trying to make everything fit into a much smaller box. And at some point, the cost of a toilet is the cost of a toilet. The cost of a sink is the cost of a sink. If you put it in a big house, small house, it doesn't matter. So there's some things that are contained costs. So where's all this going? Where all this is going is we figured out the problem or the solution by these French doors to the bathroom problem. The bathroom problem in a master bedroom first floor. I can close this and I can lock it here, and then I can take this, close this, step a couple of steps back so you can get the whole read on this. All right, you're having a party. Now, we smartly placed the 2 other bathrooms, one at the bottom of that basement stairs and one at the top of the stairs going upstairs. So you're having a party. I don't want anyone to use my master bathroom. Fine, keep the door closed, tell people to use the bathroom at the bottom or at the top. But now your great-grandma comes over and she can't do stairs. You're going to make an exception. Or maybe you don't care. You just want to be sociable and you don't care who uses your bathroom. I've got my closet over here, my master closet. I've got my bedroom through the doors here. And straight ahead, I now have created a hallway for you to use the master bathroom as the house bathroom in those special occasions, okay? So come on in, let's take a look at this bathroom. Excuse me. I'll step in the shower to give you the maximum amount of viewability here. I think this is a great bathroom. This is not over the top. We don't have the tile here. We could certainly put in the tile. You know, this is a 2-seat fiberglass shower. We could certainly go with a different toilet, but there's plenty of space here for this toilet. We have a nice window here that's in a lot of natural daylight, but this window here is obscured glass, so you certainly can see outside and see that our lawn needs a little bit of a lawn cutting. But there we go. We can close the window. They do get screens on them, by the way. A lot of people ask us that. We don't put on screens until people move in the house. So over here, again, didn't put the shelves in yet, but take a look at what we've got. A really deep closet here. This is off of that cruise ship idea again. We're using thin walls wherever possible. The back of this wall is that. We put some white wood on top of it, so we're not having to take away that much more space from the closet. Nice spacing here. And the sinks. You've seen these before, perhaps in another video, but if this is the first one you're watching, this is a waterfall faucet. We've done a nice kind of a vessel sink, which goes a little bit into the counter. This, again, is the Effects Formica brand, but it's the Effects, and it has that embossment in it. And boy, does it look good with this flooring we chose. This is a vinyl flooring. And again, if you've watched our videos, you may have seen this trick. But because we've changed to white, the master bedroom is all white. So it gives you a different feel when you come from one part of the house to the other. But white woodwork here is fine. But when you're mopping up against white, it can show against your white woodwork when you're mopping your floors. So we put the wood color from the cabinets on our shoe moldings. It's kind of a smart way to go. Again, with the horizontal on these, we've got a nice roomy 3-drawer cabinet here. We've got the double sinks there. We've got a great looking, very contemporary, put the towels in the middle, 2 beautifully framed, elegant mirrors carrying that silver color that we're trying to get in. This glass has a little bit of a grayish, greenish tinge, picks up some of the colors in the tile and in the Formica on the top. So a nice combination. By the way, this room feels a little bigger than it actually is because we did that extra 6-inch offset at the door. See that instead of going straight here? So when you're walking in, the room just feels a little bigger. All right, enough. Let's go into the master closet. Oh, you get a full ring around the rosy there, didn't you? All right, so master closet, pocket door. Take a look. A couple of Frank Lloyd Wright items here, this beautiful stuff. Silver shelving, 5 foot 3 inches or so. This is the back of that cabinet I was showing you. We put white wood over it, and there it is. We didn't have to take that much more space this way or this way, so we got that much more hanging instead of losing that much. Here we have a lot of hanging here. We needed a spot to bring some heating runs and plumbing through, so instead of putting them on an outside wall, our garage is on the other side of this, we built this in a little bit and made this look like a nice design feature. So here we have a design feature. We've just colored to one wall, so when you walk in, kind of carries that little bit of a pop to you. I'm going to change places with you. If you go back on that wall, I'll go back over here. This house is closing in about another several weeks, middle of February, and you may not get a chance to see this house again. It was supposed to close already, so I thought, boy, let's get over here and get this video taken before it closes, because you're not going to get a chance to see it. When you use this as a suite, when you close that door that goes to the back hall, kitchen, laundry area, works great because this room feels like a suite. You have separate rooms. Step on in, take a look at what we've done in here. Welcome. Let's do the 4-corner trick. So you're over there, I'm over here. This room about 12.5 feet this way and about 12.5 that way. So if you want to go over in that corner, okay, let's get the rest of it. And look at what you see when you come in from that angle. You're seeing how this goes all the way up. Your eye follows this stripe, going all the way up, all the way around, and all the way around here. By the way, this house right now was built in the middle of summer, and it is now winter, one of the driest times of the year. And the house will have shrinkage. and especially when the first winter comes. You're going to get drywall cracks. You're going to get doors that have little things that happen to them. New construction is common. Your wood will shrink, and therefore the house will have slight movement to it. And I'm noticing that a little bit. So if you're coming over and visiting, don't worry about any drywall cracks. Believe me, it's not a sign of bad quality. It's a sign of very normal thing. But we do repair all those things. So as I walk through the house, I see a little piece here or there. I make a mental note, and we'll make sure we get it handled. This is an LED light hanging next to the bed. I don't have a traditional lamp. Maybe you like a lamp. Well, guess what? If you want to, you can turn those on and off right next to the bed. But if you just follow around here, if I want to, I can also turn them off over here. So let's step over in that corner. I didn't do the 4-corner thing just yet. Stopped you there right on 2 corners. There's a spot over here. Normally I would put this chair, excuse me. I put this chair right here. Plenty of space here for me to walk through, very wide. And I'd have another table over here. This is designed for a king-size bed. My master bedrooms always designed for king-size bed. Always is a long time. Maybe there's an exception to that rule. But you get the point. A master bedroom should have a king-size bed. You may only have a queen-size bed, but recently, etc. Just like a master bedroom should have a chair area, a master bedroom should have 2 side table areas. And if you go in the last corner, you'll see master bedroom should have a spot for dressers. This is not a full 6 feet, and this is not a full 48 inch, but I try to plan for 6'2" in case you have any overhangs, and 49 inches in case you have any overhangs. In this particular case, that chair you saw over there could easily, we've got to get the floor cleaned up a little bit, could easily go right here. So that's the carpeting itself. Let's take a look at this carpeting. As I bent down, it reminded me. Look how beautiful this color matches the carpet. Some things are happy accidents and some things are by plan. This is a sculpted carpet. It's a heavy grade. It's a commercial grade. And you'll notice how it has this sculpting to it. This is not a cheap date. We're picking where we put our money in a house of this type. We've got very good windows. Those vinyl windows are the best that come on the market. They're in my own house, Symington brand. It might not even occur to you. We use a lot of Anderson, a lot of Pella. That's Symington brand, okay? We're showing you how these houses fit with the furniture. We're using good quality and Schlag hardware. We're doing certain things. We're using great lighting fixtures. Notice how we've really done a nice ceiling fixture there with the fan. I just turned off the fan blades, so you're not going to be able to see that, but one last thing while we're in here. If you could make your way over to the bed and kind of sit where your head might be if you were right where this pillow is, I want you to see the view out that window. Okay? You're laying in bed. I pay attention to things like that. As a home designer, I was out here when this was just a field, and I was stepping it off, and I had to move the house a couple of feet this way and that way because I wanted to see that canoe. You see the canoe over there? Is that right in your way? All right. Yeah, there you are. There's where your head would be. I want you to see that canoe. Now, somebody could move that canoe, but that canoe hasn't moved one inch since all the time we've been here. That water that's going around here, this looks like you're living on an island when you get this view right here. There's probably a raccoon and every other thing living underneath that aluminum canoe, but this is just a nice view. Even if the canoe wasn't there, you see the little trees beyond it, the dead tree there. I think that adds character. It's just a really nice view. It's private yet. There's no cars that are going to see you. Other buildings are way too far away. So the bed view for the master, to me, is important. And we take that into account if I'm doing a custom home design. And there you go. So we've seen how we've got this area here that kind of comes down here because above here we have living space. I nestled the living space, the short ceilings, into this area all the way out over that dinette area. You see how that works there. And by the way, while you're looking up there, you can see that fan now. It seems like it's slowing down enough. There it is. Kind of a contemporary look. I don't know, it goes with this house, doesn't it? So, yeah, by the way, if you're in the bedroom and you are wanting to get your dirty socks or your underwear in the morning or whatever, laundry room real close by, remember. And if somebody is sleeping a separate shift, close these doors. You can can use the bathroom, you can use the closet, maybe put a small dresser in the closet there for a few things. You can use the laundry. You never have to go in the room where the person's sleeping, okay? Important items for living. So let's go downstairs, since we're right here, and look at how this is going to turn out. Well, let me look at my watch here because I tend to go on, don't I? And we're going to have to wrap this up real soon. I'm going to turn on the lights. You just come down nice and slow. I'm going to turn on a switch right here. You hear that motor? Don't worry about it. I'll explain that to you in a moment. And I'm going to turn on a few things. Whoa. Well, let me turn that down. Wow. Okay, turn off that noise in there. I think that's what's making it. How about that for guerrilla shooting? I haven't had that happen before. All right. Well, that's the epitome of guerrilla shooting. What that was there, by the way, is I have an airbed in there. The airbed has a leak in it, so I've connected it to the switch on the wall. So my salespeople, when they get here early, because we haven't been able to find the leak, they just hit the switch for a couple of minutes and the bed blows up again, okay? Stays that way for about a day and a half. So here we are. But that interfered with the TV, I think, but if it did or didn't, so be it. I want to show you, we'll keep the volume down on that until I can figure out why it did that or why it's doing that. That's a first, all right? Use that TV quite a bit, never seen that happen. So here we have it. This is a screening room. I'll give you a little more light here. There you are. And your first impression when you come down, let's do that one more time. So you're coming down the stairs. Remember I mentioned how there was a bathroom at the bottom of the stairs and how there's one at the top of the stairs. So come on down. Take a look at the one at the bottom of the stairs. Waterfall faucet. I like to do something a little special in our guest bath. I think this is going to be used as a guest bath because people are going to sleep down here, are going to be your guests, and it's just kind of a nice thing with a little door here and all. And then the bathtub. This house only has one bathtub in it. I said there's 3 bathrooms. There it is, 5-foot bathtub, very conventional bathtub there. And I'm going to close this up. Like the little light over here, isn't that nice? I just think that's really cute. And this is a vinyl flooring in here that looks very much like wood, so much so that many people wonder if it's laminate or wood. When you look over here, we've changed our flooring so that we're using that bamboo look that we had upstairs right in this area. We've got a sink. This is the answer to a small home having a bar need. Okay, you want a little spot to put some potato chips, a few beers, what have you. Microwave, little cabinet space here. Look at this, we even fit in a drawer, but this is such a short wall here, we put the drawer going all the way into the wall, okay? So this whole area, that goes deep too, that goes way in there. We're going behind the wall. Refrigerator space here, just a nice area. Little extra storage there. So you can grab some chips as you're coming down. We widen this to 42 inches, so you get a little bit of double bypass going through. The bed did not blow up, but I'm not going to take that chance again. It's a little dark in here. This is a window well, an egress window as we call it, as you probably have heard before that term before. We put the fiberglass that looks like stone out here with steps in it. We've used that on other homes. Probably saw that on our MyPad 1s if you haven't watched that yet. And then a small closet over here, again with a really cute smaller guest closet type size. And this is a queen size bed. Hey, I'm sorry, it's not blowing up. Our leak is not that quick to refill. And but you can see if we if we do the 4 corners, if you want to go over by the closet, I'll go over to the other side here. Memory serves roughly 12 by 10.5. Got a little clip corner, so it's a little bit bigger here and a little bit smaller there. But step over in that area over here, you'll notice that if you were in the bed, I put the outlet and the cable up high, as I've also done in the master bedroom. I didn't show you that. So you can put your TV up on this wall and not have to have cords going down to the floor. Okay? Heat vent over the top, smoke detector, nothing too spectacular there. We're using a nice flush door here. We've changed our hardware to the oil rub bronze, so it has a different look again. We've changed the look in the master bedroom. We changed the look down here. Come in here, and I think this is an impressive area. Get a straight shot right down the whole room from here. And while I'll keep my volume down, I think I'll put my screen moving here if I can figure out where the play is. No, you know me. And here we are. I think it reads play. There we go. All right. I think it's a Disney movie. Should be a castle there coming on soon. This is Saving Mr. Banks. I think that's one we have in this house. This is to evoke the idea of a screening room. A luxurious feature not found in a small home. We're using the space under the master bedroom here. Master bedroom starts about here. That right behind you, you're right at the wall. That is the bedroom we just came out of. But let's take a look at how this screening room works. This screening room has the appearance of having all of these great chairs that you can sit in here and, you know, enjoy the movie from in really big luxury, kind of a leather idea. But if I wanted to convert this to a standard room, don't want to watch TV, don't want all my chairs aimed at the screen. Okay, let's just kind of set it up the other way. Everybody just turns a little bit. Oh, this table's, there we go. Everybody just turns a little bit, and if you step back, let's look at the room again now. Okay, this room is now set up as a conventional seated room. This room was designed to do couch, love seat. Love seat for husband and wife, you know, reclinings. I think that's really nice. This could also swing this way if you wanted to really have a conversation, Bible study, whatever it might be. But there you are. I mean, you have a really good conversation area that converts to a theater rather than a theater that has to double as a conversation area. So I think it really makes a lot of sense. These swivels chairs I had in my warehouse, I've used this once before as a screening room type device, and I just wanted to use it again in a smaller home. We have these nice little tables, which are very contemporary looking. They work real nice. I put one by each. And look at the built-in lighting I did. If I turn off the lighting by the TV to make that all dark, if I turn off this light, look how nice that looks. We've got I used 25 watt light bulbs. Could have used dimmers, but I didn't. And this is how it looks the other way. If I decide I want to use nothing at all, there it is. So trying to paint the wall dark behind your movie screen is a good idea. It deadens it. Also, the color blue, which you see a lot of, is a very reassuring and calming color. Sometimes we're putting blue backlighting behind here. We did one of those not that long ago. But up above here, we have a built-in channel of light. And one of these channels appears to be in need of a bulb replacement. But you can see how we've got these track lights. And they are creating a burst of light right over the TV. And it's just kind of plowed out and makes a really nice statement kind of a thing going on here. And I'm going to take this statement and aim that. There we go. So look at what we've done with our wall here. We've built a little secondary layer out here. We've put this all the way around. And over here, this is an area which I really envisioned to be a much longer table. This is what I had in my warehouse, but a much longer table that would seat 4 to 6 people. One of my favorite devices here, because this table can go down, become a coffee table. This table can go up with a pneumatic, like a chair at an office. And these little pieces come out for storage. You can sit at them, they're padded, little benches. So we'll leave that as it is. But you see how we took this feature, which is our air duct, and we used that around the room. I built that out for the light channel, and then I built it out over here for this. And if you go around the whole room and follow that around just like you're doing now, you'll see that I stopped that here. I wanted this to look like a sculpture that was coming into the room. So I stopped that on both sides, and I did this nice color black The dark colors to me always suggest infinity, so this gives you this feeling of a much wider room here. I did my infinity wall here, here, on that side of the room, and kind of picks up this color of the door that's right in the middle of this white patch between there and there. Take a look at the storage in this house. We're almost down to 0 on time. So let's take a look at storage in this house. And here's what we have for, let's do the 4 corners. These are our mechanicals. This could be another bedroom. Or we could shave things a little different, get rid of the guest bedroom and make the area there bigger, give you more storage here. There we go, all the way around here. Go to the other side. Furnace is over here, center of the house. Makes a wonderful spot because we run our chase straight down center. There we go. Some storage under the stairs there. Isn't that nice? A lot of storage, I think. For a small house, I really think this works out well. But if you wanted to make this all storage going where the theater is, you could still make the theater the same size. Just still keep the bathroom, still keep the bar. Just push this all back, get rid of the bedroom, okay? We do a nice version of this with a walkout basement. I could go over here. I'm going to close this door. We're going to try to run upstairs because I've just been given the signal by my cameraman that we've run out of time. We have about 2 minutes before we're ending here. And if we do run out of time, I apologize. There are 2 bedrooms upstairs and a bathroom. It's the smallest area of the house to look at. And you can walk right through. Let's see how far we get. You can count this as my official sign-off if we happen to cut off by accident. As you're going up these stairs, wow, you notice I came down from the stairs real quick there and your camera started and stopped. My cameraman reminded me, we've got another half a battery left in the car. So he ran out and got it, and guerrilla shooting doesn't stop cameras, but we say if we have to change batteries, we do. So this is 2 times in this one guerrilla shoot that we stopped the camera, once at the front end, once at the back. So I will take it a little slower. What we have here is some really neat things going on with our paint color. You see here? We've done this with one color. We've kind of divided this. This is not done with drywall sculpting. We did an angle here for your head clearance. See what we did here? Kind of carved out our plant shelf a little bit. Love this color scheme. This, and this together. Just some fun things. I also think the handrail, you notice how we put the color of the darker wood with the color of this rich reddish tone color wood. And it just really leads up nice. As you're coming up from there, look at this wall. Look at this fixture. I like the fixture. I love the wall. We've got kind of a goldish, kind of a silverish color we're introducing here with this little drywall build out. So it has this miniature alcove going on. And I picked this great picture that had the silvers going kind of like the lamp in the wall itself. And just this touch of kind of complements the yellow color, almost a gold kind of coming in there. I just think it's a nice flavor. Look at what our carpenters did here. Isn't that beautiful? This takes a lot of skill to make that come out. And I just think they did a great job to make a continuous rail here. More of an art piece than a practicality maybe, but very beautiful. Come on up. I'm going to close the door here. And I'm going to turn on a light or 2 here. What I wanted to do is show you the top of the stairs. This is not a big area up here. It's just not. It's narrow, maybe 14 feet. We're trying to make it feel big. Look here. This is a fairly big area. So that when you come up, you don't feel like you're in this cramped little box. You have a breathable area here. Nice bright LED light there. And all your doors kind of coming off of here. Bedroom, bedroom. And this is your bathroom. So let's go into the bathroom. Excuse me. Haven't had that in a little bit. This is called Ribbons. This is another really nice color from our friends at Formica. And that is a dead fly on the floor. Oh well, we'll tend to him if I had a piece of toilet paper. Oh well, on we go. So, a couple of drawers here. Door over here. Running all of our hardware this way. Love this. This looks like a miniature bathtub. Isn't that nice? Turn on your faucet. Put your cat, dog, or small child in there, and you've got a nice bathtub. This is a fun thing. See what we did here with the with this angle. Try to do that with drywall. Your drywall will love you for it. I did a beautiful mirror that fits there. This fits our cabinet. Look at something here. Our cabinet is actually deeper than the wall. We're pushing the cabinet into the wall. Another cruise ship idea. Pushing the cabinet into the wall like a medicine cabinet. And it makes this deep enough to fit towels. I wanted a towel cabinet in the house in this area. Did not have space for it out in the hallway. So ended up doing something kind of funky that way. Let's do the 4-corner thing if we can. Well, in this case, 2-corner. I'm going to close this door. We use solid filling. This is a door that is made out of masonite. If you know anything about that type of material, if I wanted to dent this, if I tried to put a nail in it, you'd bend the nail. It's that sturdy. But it is a formed product made out of wood fibers. Paints up beautifully. If you're doing wood that is going to be painted white, this type of door you can order either hollow or with a solid fill. This is solid, so it has a good solid feel to it. This is a worked a lot to get this to fit in here, because this really lent itself more to a 36-inch wide. I wanted a 42. I just think it feels so much roomier to have a 42. So I reworked the design a couple of times to get a 42. Nice bright light up here. I'm going to let you stand all the way back into here. Let's go by each other. Give you an idea of this full space of the room here. So this angle here works wonders. We've got a lot of foot space. Sometimes small bathrooms, you don't have much foot space when you walk in. Just a lot of foot space in here. And again, we're using the white color up here with the snap of red color incorporated in it. Let's go across the hall into this bedroom right here. This bedroom has some unique attributes to it. Stand by the door first, right in the doorway, and let me stand way over here and kind of show you. This room is almost 13 feet long this way. Go in that corner over there if you would. One of the fun things about home design is trying to figure out how to fit 20 pounds in a 10-pound bag maybe is. And this room is only 8 feet wide here. Well, beds are 6 feet. This is like not even 8 feet. This bed here feels like there's plenty of room for it because we've done this little device here. What this device does, is the way that we've angled this wall over, is it now makes your eye, when you walk in, see this wall much bigger than what it is. So the room feels bigger. It doesn't feel 7 or 8 feet wide. It feels wide because your eye is triangulating out and seeing the longer wall. By getting rid of the door on this closet, it's the doorless closet. If you know anything about Miracle Homes, we do a lot of doorless closets. I think we've pioneered it. I haven't seen any other builders using it yet. Maybe they're out there. I just haven't seen it. So the doorless closet helps the room feel bigger. This angle here is an angle for your TV, so you can see it on there. This room has more positions for your bed than this one. You might think it's the only one you've got because you have this. No. If you put your bed and spun it this way, so it's going out that way, easily could fit a double bed on this wall, still having the angle for that TV facing you. So it works out great for a double position room. A lot of space over here. Love this furniture and the way we took these wall panels and kind of put them against this wall to make this long look. Little ottoman here. This would be your dresser, or this could be your dresser. And if you go over here, you notice we're looking out over the garage. You're on the front of the house. By the way, as long as we're up here, one of our next videos, not today, is going to be that house across the street, which is our 2-story version of our MyPad 2. And we're building one right next door to it right there. Isn't that exciting? I'm glad to see that they poured the garage on that one, on the garage. I didn't know they did that. Take a look in here for your space that you have. We're going to put our footboard on. We didn't have our side rails until just recently, so we're going to put our footboard on the bed. Here you see almost 5.5 feet of hanging in a bedroom of this size. And I'm going to trade places with you. I'll kind of duck around. One way or the other. We'll figure it out. And just take a look at how long that is and how much light, if I turn off this light, is brought into that closet. Because we've used that doorless closet concept. It just feels so open, but yet all the clothes is hidden because of this wall It all hangs behind the wall distance. So it's a little bit of a trick to how to place those in a room. You just can't take a door off a closet. You have to learn how to place it right. Like in a movie theater when you're using the bathrooms. If you think about it, you don't touch a door anymore. You kind of go around corners. Same idea. You want to make sure you position that right. You just can't take the door off of a bathroom in a movie theater if it's not meant to do that. You have to design it correctly. So you've kind of got the four corners, but you didn't get that corner yet. So let's get that corner. And I will take away my little quasi doorstop here and close the door. And with the door closed, the room feels even bigger because we're going all the way back into this corner over here. Isn't that beautiful? I like taking something small and making it feel more spacious like that. So come on over to the other bedroom. Now the other bedroom is set up with a queen size bed in it. It is a little bigger than this bedroom, but honestly, not a lot bigger. So take a look at what we've done in here. Isn't this cool? I need to get that nail out and hang this right up here. I think that's a great color combination. Little desk area, queen size bed, up against a wall, okay? But here we have a end table here. If you could stand right where I am over here, get the other view. Like this little unique furniture, isn't that nice? See, glass top. Spot here for your dressers. You could put the dressers where the desk is over there if you wanted to. This doesn't work as well for having a chair go out if you're going to put a desk here, but you could do two dressers or no desk, and this is the doorless closet. So let's get that view. Head on over to the doorless closet and see how that works for you. That's the attic access in there, by the way. But yeah, there you are. You got the four corners of the room. And if you'd be nice enough to stay with us while we spin around and look at the closet itself. Here, spin around. Oh, there you go. And there is the hanging space, and there is the closet, or the attic access panel. And we haven't gotten you dizzy enough, sorry about that. We've got a little cat in the backyard, a black cat looking at the pond. Let's get a look at the view here. I think the view here, to me, was really important too. I almost wanted to do another window, but we have so many windows on this house. Step back a little bit now so they can get an approximation of where that window is in the room. Keep going. There we go. And there you have it. All right, and let's look back down the stairs from this angle so you can see how it looks if you're walking back down the stairs. And you stay right there. I'll step just a few steps down here. That way I can turn around and say thank you for coming over and seeing us today, for putting up with some of this somewhat amateurish guerrilla shooting. And I'm Tom Hignite. Until next time, we'll see you then.